All right, let me kick off by reading the remote meeting script, and we'll go from there. Pursuant to Chapter 2 of the Acts of 2023, this meeting will be conducted via remote means in accordance with applicable law. This means that members of the public body as well as members of the public may access this meeting via virtual means. Participants may access this meeting through the remote meeting link as posted on the meeting agenda and through the town's online calendar. When required by law or allowed by the chair, persons wishing to provide public comment or otherwise participate in the meeting may do so by raising their hand or otherwise signaling their intent to speak. This meeting will be recorded. Please take care to mute your microphone unless you have been recognized by the chair. We'll now confirm attendance of members. Please respond with present if you're on the call. Elise Mayalowski. Lucia Lopez.
Present.
Matthew Ronca.
Present.
Michael King.
Present.
Parker Happ.
Present. I just saw Elise trying to sign in, by the way.
Okay. Amna Dewan.
She's not able to join tonight.
Okay. Peter Mimo.
Present.
Vikasath Prati.
Present.
And Rob Benson is here. And Elise, I see you joined as well. All right.
Yes, sorry, I'm late.
That's okay. And is staff, Lori St. John, is she on?
No.
Okay, but Aniri's here. All right. Let's go right into our agenda. Was there any feedback on the meeting minutes for January 26th, Aniri?
Yes, little minor change from Lucia and Matthew, and it's already changed and amended, and it's on the shared folder.
Okay. Matthew, I see you've raised your hand. Go ahead.
Yeah, so the version that's updated as of 353, which looks like what it was about 15 minutes ago, still doesn't have a couple of my changes. One was minor. The start of the meeting was, I had suggested 7:08 instead of 7:01, but then there was a line on page 6 where I had suggested an edit of Mr. Vronk asked whether this could have come back with an alternative layout, comma, or if the Board of Appeals does not, inserting the word have and a comma in the word or in that sentence.
Just let me quickly. Can you see my screen?
Yes,
it's coming through now.
Okay. Okay.
Yep, here we go.
So. Page 6. Okay. You're talking about here, right, Matthew?
At the very bottom of that page, yeah.
Okay, Master Ronca. Okay, my bad. I change on the different paragraph then. I will edit that.
With that being said, I think we're still with Matthew's change. With Matthew's recommended change, I'd like to entertain a motion that the planning board approve the meeting minutes for January 26th, 2026.
So moved.
Thanks, Matthew.
Second.
Thanks, Michael. Roll call vote. Elise Mayalowski.
Yes.
Lucia Lopez.
Yes.
Matthew Ronca.
Yes.
Michael King.
Yes.
Parker Happ.
Yes.
Peter Mimo.
Yes.
Vikasath Prati.
Yes.
And Rob Benson is a yes. All right, moving on to agenda item 1.2. Aniri, could you give us just an update of what we're doing here, and then we can move forward?
Yeah, so board approved Catherine Drive subdivision in 2025. Applicant submitted for endorsement plan. and the Taylor plan. So we review with Pear Corporation if there's any changes or not. There are just minor changes, so board can tonight just endorse the plan tonight.
Does anyone on the board have any questions? All right, I'd like to entertain a motion that the planning board endorse the subdivision plans for the Catherine Drive subdivision entitled Definitive Residential Subdivision Catherine Drive, Hopkinton, Mass, Assessor Map U17, Block 35, Lot B and C, prepared by J.D. Marquardt and Associates, Incorporated, dated December 5th, 2024, last revised November 24th, 2025.
So moved.
Thanks, Matthew.
Second.
Thanks, Michael. Roll call vote. Elise Smayalowski,
Yes.
Lucia Lopez,
Yes.
Matthew Ronca,
Yes.
Michael King,
Yes.
Parker Happ,
Yes.
Peter Mimo,
Yes.
Vikasath Prati,
Yes.
and Rob Benson is a yes. All right. Moving on to agenda item number 2. Do we have the applicant on? Oh, I see
Yes.
Kathy.
Yes.
And John.
Yes.
All right.
I will just brief out, we received revised final sets of plan from applicant side and the waiver request for Appendix A Neighborhood Mixed Use District Design Guidelines for B6 Stormwater Management Facilities shall not be located within the required setback area unless it's specified by the board. And there is attached comment letter from Emma with all the comments upon applicant's plan.
Yeah, so this, I'm looking at 0 Lumber Street dash par RTC memo 02-04-26.
Mm-hmm.
All right. If everybody's following along, so this was all the comments that PAR gave to the applicant. As far as I can tell, everything has been accepted and agreed upon. Do you concur with that, Aneri?
Yes, that is correct.
All right. Anyone on the board have any questions? All right, I am gonna jump right to the findings unless anyone can I don't I don't see the finding. Should I just go to the decision criteria and read that out loud, Aneri?
There are proposed findings after
Wait.
the criteria. So there are
Yeah, two s-
comments
2.7.2? Or where are the findings?
2.9.
2.9. Okay. I'm going to just read the proposed findings and then we can go to, then I'll read the requested waiver and then we can go to the proposed conditions. Proposed findings, neighborhood mixed use design guidelines. The proposed site plan complies with the NMU master plan special permit design guidelines. 2.9.2 major project site plan. The proposed major project site plan conforms to the site's plan standards as described in section 210-136.1 of the zoning bylaws. They are requesting a waiver and will and it's described in 2.8. The applicant requests a waiver from Appendix A, Neighborhood Mixed Use District Design Guideline, which stipulates the stormwater management facilities shall not be located within the required setback areas unless specially permitted by the planning board. So the setback guidelines is how many feet? Do you know an area off the top of your head?
No, let me just pull that. Can you see my screen?
Not, I cannot.
Okay. How about now?
It's coming through.
Okay. This is the requirement. B6. There is no specific dimension though.
Okay.
So it's 60 feet from front yard setbacks.
And this goes a couple feet into that setback?
Yes, as per my. Yep.
Okay. Where, I see, the recommended, motions for the major project site plan and the motions for the findings, but where's it? Am I missing the motion for the waiver?
Rob, to the board, it's item 3 on the proposed conditions.
Okay. All right, I'm just,
Yes, so there is no, I think I missed the motion to add for waivers here. There's motion for findings and there's motion for approval.
okay, I think it's a little different than how John used to do, but it's fine. I think this is technically will be fine.
Okay.
So what I'm going to do is read aloud, section 2.10, the proposed conditions. 2.10.1, major project site plan. Just bear with me, this is kind of long. The proposed development shall be constructed as depicted on and consistent with the approved materials, unless these materials are required to be amended or modified as part of this decision, which includes plans entitled Retail/Office Building Site Plan dated 10/8/25, last revised 2/4/26. Stormwater report dated 9/30/25. Number 2, all conditions of approval contained in the master plan special permit issued by the planning board and dated March 26th, 2015 are hereby incorporated by reference and shall remain in full force and effect unless expressly modified by the provisions in this major site plan decision. Number 3, the planning board grants a waiver from Appendix A, Section B.6 of the NMU design guidelines to allow the underground stormwater infiltration system within the front yard setback, provided the area above the system is landscaped and maintained to have no visual impact on the right-of-way. Prior to the issuance of a building permit, the applicant shall obtain all necessary approvals from the DPW Water Department for water main extension and shall confirm the availability of public drinking water. The building permit shall not be issued until this confirmation is received. Number 5, the Director of Municipal Inspections inspects projects under construction for compliance with the approved decision of site plan review. This includes the driveway, roadway, and infrastructure construction shown on the plan, if applicable. If the Director of Municipal Inspections determines at any time before or during construction that a registered professional engineer or other such outside professional is required to assist with the inspections of the stormwater management system or any other component of the site plan, the applicant shall be responsible for the cost of those inspections. Number 6, all construction activities shall adhere to applicable local, state, and federal laws and regulations regarding noise, vibration, dust, sedimentation, and the use of interference with or blocking of town roads. Number 7, The applicant shall be responsible for mitigating all construction-related impacts, including erosion, siltation, and dust control. The applicant shall maintain all portions of any public way used for construction, access free of soil, mud, or debris deposited due to use by construction vehicles associated with the project. Shall regularly sweep such areas as directed by the Director of Municipal Inspections in consultation with the Department of Public Works Director. Number 8. The applicant shall regularly remove construction trash and debris from the site in accordance with good construction practice and the construction management plan. No tree stumps, demolition material, trash, or debris shall be burned or buried on the site. Number 9, all exterior lighting within the development project, whether shown on the approved site plan or required by the Massachusetts State Building Code, shall be shielded, directed downward and not upward or outward. Shall not spill onto adjacent property. Number 10, all fixed mechanical equipment on the site shall be screened from view from the ground. Such screening shall be sufficient in the opinion of the Director of Municipal Inspections. Number 11, if construction has not commenced within 3 years of the date of filing of the site plan decision with the town clerk, approval shall be automatically rescinded unless such time is extended by the board. For the purposes of this condition, the term commence shall mean the commencement of site work. Number 12, construction may occur between the hours of 7 a.m. to 7 p.m., Monday through Friday, and Saturdays between 8 a.m. and 4 p.m. pursuant to Chapter 141, Article I of the Town of Hopkinton General Bylaws. The applicant shall submit final as-built plans to the planning board prior to the issuance of a certificate of occupancy. This as-built submission shall include an as-built drawing that depicts the as-built mean grade and the elevation of the highest point of the roof. This plan shall be stamped by a registered land surveyor. Number 14, the applicant developer shall provide the principal planner with a project point of contact and contact information prior to the issuance of a building permit. The point of contact information shall be kept current through the correspondence to the principal planner until the final certificate of occupancy is issued or construction is otherwise considered complete. A completed signed construction management plan shall be submitted to the planning board prior to the commencement of any site work. The applicant shall also submit a complete final revised plan set, which incorporates all the modifications made during the public hearing process and any required in this decision. Number 16, a completed signed long-term operation and maintenance plan shall be submitted to the planning board prior to the commencement of construction. This can be combined with the construction management plan if preferred by the applicant. 17, a signed illicit discharge statement shall be provided to the planning board prior to construction. Erosion and sedimentation control measures shall be implemented during the construction period in accordance with the approved site plan and the construction management plan. If they are found to be inadequate, the applicant shall immediately correct any deficiencies. Number 19, the planning board shall receive a sign-off confirming that the site contractor and any major subcontractors have received the construction management plan prior to the commencement of any site work. Number 20, in the event that the applicant developer elects to not incorporate a snow melt system into the design of the project, the property owner shall be responsible for snow removal. In circumstances where snow has accumulated on site to the extent that the required number of park spaces is not available to tenants and others served by the uses contained on the property owner shall be responsible for removing snow from the site and disposed off-site at an appropriate facility at the property owner's expense. Number 21, the applicant should install electrical vehicle charging infrastructure prior to providing a minimum of either 10% of total parking spaces as EVSE installed or 20% of the total parking spaces as EV ready, consistent with the revised plan stated 2/4/26 as submitted during the peer review process. Number 22, trash removal from the subject site shall be serviced by a private trash hauler and shall not be the responsible of the town of Hopkinton. A copy of plan and details of the final lighting controls for the subject site shall be submitted to the planning board prior to the issuance of a certificate of occupancy. The board may secure a third-party review by a qualified professional at the expense of the applicant developer to determine if the proposed plan and details of lighting controls complies with applicable law and standards. Number 24, prior to the issuance of a certificate of occupancy, the applicant developer shall install the faceplates for the signalized crossing push buttons, which are missing on both pedestrian posts on the northeast corner of the intersection adjacent to the site. If this is missing equipment, has not been installed in conjunction with the downtown corridor Mass DOT project at that time. All right. So anyone have any questions or comments, or I'm going to go right into entertaining motions to approve the findings. I'd like to entertain a motion that the board accept and approve the findings as previously read aloud for the major project site plan application.
So moved.
Second.
Thanks. Roll call vote. Elise Mayalowski,
Yes.
Lucia Lopez,
Yes.
Matthew Ronca,
Yes.
Michael King,
Yes.
Parker Happ,
Yes.
Peter Mimo,
Yes.
Vikasath Prati,
Yes.
and Rob Benson is a yes. All right, and this is the motion for the major project site plan. So I'd like to entertain a motion that the board approves the major project site plan with the following conditions as they were previously read aloud by the chair.
I move the board approve the major site plan with the conditions as they were read aloud by the chair.
Second.
Thanks, Matthew. Thanks, Michael. Roll call vote. Elise Mayalowski,
Yes.
Lucia Lopez,
Yes.
Matthew Ronca,
Yes.
Michael King,
Yes.
Parker Happ,
Yes.
Peter Mimo,
Yes.
Vikasath Prati,
Yes.
and Rob Benson is a yes. All right. Kathy and John, I think you're all set. Unless you have any other additional comments, we're going to close the public hearing.
I'm all set on my end. Kathy, not sure if you want to add anything, but I do want to say thank you very much to the entire board for helping us through this process. It's been a pleasure to work with you guys.
All right. Thank you.
I'm all set from my perspective, and thank you as well.
All right, great. I'd like to entertain a motion to close the public hearing for, is it 0 Lumber Street?
Yes.
0 Lumber. So I'd like to entertain a motion to close the public hearing for 0 Lumber Street.
So moved.
Second.
The second was either Michael or Elise. You can.
I think Elise beat me.
All right. Roll call vote. Elise Mayalowski,
Yes.
Lucia Lopez,
Yes.
Matthew Ronca,
Yes.
Michael King,
Yes.
Parker Happ,
Yes.
Peter Mimo,
Yes.
Vikasath Prati,
Yes.
and Rob Benson is a yes. All right, moving on to agenda night on item number 3. We had discussion about this at our last meeting 2 weeks ago. I think it was 2 weeks ago. Wait, no. Yes, 69 Hayward Street. Does anyone want to add any comments? We left last meeting having some discussion. We voted. We ended up reconsidering. We asked Elise to watch the previous meeting. Tonight we have 8 members, so we need all 8 to vote in support of it. If anyone isn't supportive, it would fail. But that's where we are. Parker, go ahead.
Yeah, I was going to ask to that, and towards the end of your statement, maybe if it makes sense to see, we take like a straw poll where everybody stands just to start.
We can do that. Hold on. Before we do that, Matthew, go ahead.
I was just going to raise again. So I rewatched the Board of Appeals right after the last meeting, and the 2 people that objected, so it has to be 4 out of 5 have to approve it on the Board of Appeals, and 4 out of 5 have to approve it again, even if we approve it, that they can hear it again. And 2 of the objections were straight out on the size of the property, and I don't see how changing the size of the house is going to materially affect what their decision was based on the deliberations.
That is true. The size of the property is not going to change unless they combine it with another property. Lucia, go ahead.
So I went and I watched that meeting as well, and I agree with Matthew's assessment of what came out of that meeting. It does appear that the two members on the Board of Appeals who voted against it because of the size of the property, which has not changed from that proposal to this proposal. I personally, I think that's something for the applicant to consider or to have considered in choosing to come to the planning board to see if they can go back to the Board of Appeals and ask again if they can move forward with the project as they've amended it. So my hope is that they have considered what the objections were, and from my point of view, they did make changes to improve upon, you know, what was a difficult situation. They did not fix the issues regarding the lot coverage or the lot size, and so I feel like that's something that the applicant probably knows going into it. But they came here asking us if we felt that the changes they made were enough for them to go back in front of the Board of Appeals. So if they choose to go back and the Board of Appeals tells them no again, then that's the process. I mean, also Matthew can vote against it, and that's also part of the process.
All good, all good points. I'll just give you my give you. I think the circumstances here, at least in how I feel about this, matter. Kind of a tragic situation where there was a fire. People in the home passed away. That impacts my decision making. I think I can't separate that, at least for me. And so I would give the benefit of the doubt to try to allow this applicant to go before the Zoning Board of Appeals, and maybe they can craft a better story ahead of time and be prepared with a better presentation of like the reasons that led them to the planning board. I mean, to the Zoning Board of Appeals. That's my thinking, but I kind of like. I don't know if anything is going to be said to change anyone's mind. Parker, you recommended a straw poll. Like, we can do that. I don't know if that's really going to change anyone's minds from an actual vote. But I'm open to anybody's suggestions. All right. If there's no more questions, I think we move to a vote, and unless the applicant has anything additional to say.
Hi, this is Eric from Custom Nest Builders. Basically, what you said is we did try to scale down the project a little bit, adding an additional 4 feet on each side of the property. That said, I mean, this parcel does come with an adjacent parcel diagonally behind the lot. I believe the ZBA deemed it, couldn't connect the two because of they're only touching in the point of the far back corner. But like you said, the couple did pass away. So I understand the building commissioner's point of view for going past the bylaw to, for the right to rebuild. But given the circumstances, I would think he would show some sympathy for that. But other than that, we plan on, trying to discuss again with the Zoning Board of Appeals that the project did shrink a little bit, and ask them for feedback. The two members that voted it down, in my opinion, they thought the lot was too small.
Yeah, and obviously, if they think that still, it will be their decision. Parker, go ahead.
Yeah, I think there just needs to be some better like salesmanship from the point of you guys as applicants. Like I hope that the board writ large today, at least the planning board, doesn't stand in the way for their chance to go retell their story, because the Board of Appeals maybe has, done additional research or seen additional, information come out that might, sway them relative to this being a non-traditional area where the building happens, or under ordinary circumstances, they would have, wrapped this up. So I just hope that, we as a board don't stand in the way of their chance to have another opportunity to go before the Board of Appeals. But ultimately, you guys as applicants need to have a more concise story, in my opinion, as Rob was saying, because I think you guys came with a lot of facts, but not a lot of narrative, and people, kind of take the narratives a little bit better sometimes. So just my feedback for whatever it's worth.
Okay, appreciate it.
All right, I'm gonna read section 3.6, the proposed findings. Oh, Peter, go ahead.
Just very briefly, what I fail to understand is sort of what is the value in denying them the opportunity, just the opportunity to appear before the Zoning Board of Appeals. What value are we advancing by denying them just the opportunity? I understand the perception is that there are two votes that have been made that would make it somewhat appear to be ineffectual, but they may change their minds. Maybe one vote may change their minds. What are we gaining as a community by denying them the opportunity just to make that case? It's not clear to me.
I don't think this is this case, but if we were to set a precedent that we did this continuously, I don't think that would be a good thing. But this is to me, this isn't something we've done in my tenure on the planning board. So I don't think we're having this as a continual problem. I think there's some special circumstances here where I'm on the side of giving them another opportunity to tell a better story, as Parker put it. So let me read sections 3.6, the proposed findings, and then we're gonna vote on the findings, and then we're gonna actually vote on So I'm gonna read the findings 3.6. This is going to be a motion 3.81 to approve the findings, and then there's going to be a motion 3.82 to actually approve or deny their proposal. All right. The planning board has thoroughly reviewed the original plot plan dated April 1st, 2025, and compared it with the revised plot plan dated December 4th, 2025 for the property located at 69 Hayward Street. This review is strictly procedural, seeking consent for a renewed or repetitive petition pursuant to Mass General Law, Chapter 40A, Section 16, and Section 210-147 of the Hopkins zoning bylaw. Based on this comparison, the planning board finds that the revised materials reflects the following special and material changes sufficient to warrant refiling with the Zoning Board of Appeals as required by law. So in the table here, it goes required is minimum lot area 45,000 square feet, max lot coverage 25%, minimum front setback 30 feet, minimum side yard width 25 feet, minimum rear yard width 20. And you can see in the original plan that went before the Zoning Board of Appeals, it was the lot area is 4,550 square feet. The lot coverage was 33.2%. The front setback was 26 feet, side yard width was 10 feet, minimum rear yard width was 21 feet. So the new plan, revised plan for December 4th, 2025, the lot area doesn't change of 4,550 square feet, max lot coverage of 30.1%, minimum front setback is 27 feet, minimum side yard width is 14 feet, the minimum rear width is 20 feet. All right. So in section 3.81, I'd like to entertain a motion that the board accept and approve the findings as previously read aloud, including the identification of the specific and material changes to the plans for the request for consent to submit a renewed or repetitive petition pursuant to Mass General Law, Chapter 40A, Section 16, and Section 210-147 of the Hopkins zoning bylaw.
Through the
So
chair, we
moved.
already approved the findings. It's just the approval that we reconsidered.
I don't remember voting on the findings last time, did we?
We did. The applicant was confused about what we were voting on.
Okay, so if we already approved the findings, then I guess I think we're all set. Let's go right to section 3.8.2. I am gonna I'd like to entertain a motion in the affirmative, and we can vote yes or no. I'd like to entertain a motion that the board grant consent pursuant to Mass General Law, Chapter 40A, Section 16, and Section 210-147 of the Hopkins zoning bylaw for custom nest builders to submit a renewed or repetitive petition to the Zoning Board of Appeals for the property located at 69 Hayward Street, based on a supermajority vote of 8 members.
So moved.
Second.
Thanks, Peter. Thanks, Matthew. Roll call vote. Elisa Malowski,
Yes.
Lucia Lopez,
Yes.
Matthew Ronca,
Yes.
Michael King,
Yes.
Parker Happ,
Yes.
Peter Mimo,
Yes.
Vikasath Prati,
Yes.
and Rob Benson is a yes. All right, Eric, good luck before the Zoning Board of Appeals.
Thank you. Thank you, board.
Do I need to close the public hearing? So I'd like to entertain a motion to close the public hearing for a renewed and repetitive petition for 69 Hayward Street.
So moved.
Second.
Thanks, Matthew. Thanks, Michael. Roll call vote. Elise Malowski,
Yes.
Lucia Lopez,
Yes.
Matthew Ronca,
Yes.
Michael King,
Yes.
Parker Happ,
Yes.
Peter Mimo,
Yes.
Vikasath Prati,
Yes.
and Rob Benson is a yes. All right, that takes us to the end of our agenda. Our next meeting is February 23rd. So at this time, I'd like to entertain a motion to adjourn for this evening.
So moved.
Second.
Thanks, Matthew. Thanks, Michael. Roll call vote. Elise Malowski,
Yes.
Lucia Lopez,
Yes.
Matthew Ronca,
Yes.
Michael King,
Yes.
Parker Happ,
Yes.
Peter Mimo,
Yes.
Vikasath Prati,
Yes.
and Rob Benson is a yes. All right. Thanks, everybody. Have a great night.
Have a good night, guys.
Bye.
Good night.
Thank you,
Bye.
board.
Bye.